Title: The Mountain of Dreams. In a small village at the base of a towering mountain, there lived a young man named Karan. The mountain was no ordinary one. Its peak disappeared into the clouds, and many believed it touched the heavens. Stories were told that those who climbed to the top would find their greatest dreams fulfilled. Karan grew up hearing these tales. He was an orphan, raised by the villagers, and worked tirelessly to make a living. Despite his hardships, he carried a dream in his heart: to see the world beyond his village and make a name for himself. The mountain became a symbol of his aspirations. One day, he told himself, "I'll climb to the top and find my destiny." The decision to climb Karan's dream was met with skepticism. The elders warned him, "No one who has climbed the mountain has ever returned." His friends laughed and said, "Why bother? Life here is enough." But Karan's determination only grew stronger. One morning, he packed his meager belongings: a loaf of bread, a flask of water, and a small journal where he wrote his thoughts. Before leaving, the village blacksmith handed him a sturdy staff. "You'll need this," the blacksmith said. "The path is steep, and the journey is long." Karan thanked him and began his climb. The villagers watched him with a mix of admiration and pity, thinking he would never return. The first challenge: the Forest of Doubts. The base of the mountain was covered in a dense forest. The air was heavy, and the trees stood like silent giants. As Karan ventured deeper, he began to hear whispers. At first, they were faint, but soon they grew louder. "You are too weak to climb this mountain," one voice said. "You'll never make it," another sneered. Karan stopped and looked around, but no one was there. The whispers were inside his mind, feeding on his fears and doubts. He sat down under a tree, clutching his staff tightly. "Maybe they're right," he thought. "What if I fail?" But then he remembered the villagers who had supported him and the stories of the mountain's promise. He closed his eyes and whispered, "I will not give up." Slowly, the whispers faded, and the forest grew silent. Karan stood up and continued on his path. The second challenge: the Cliff of Choices. After the forest, Karan reached a steep cliff. The path split into two. One was wide, smooth, and lined with flowers. The other was narrow, rocky, and dangerous. A signpost stood at the junction, but the words were faded and unreadable. As Karan pondered which path to take, an old man appeared. He was hunched over and carried a lantern. "The smooth path will take you around the mountain," the old man said. "It's safe but long. The rocky path goes straight up, but it's full of risks." Karan hesitated. The smooth path seemed inviting, but it would delay his journey. The rocky path was intimidating, but it promised quicker progress. He thanked the old man and chose the rocky path. "If I want to reach the top, I must face the challenges head on," he thought. The third challenge: the Storm of Fear. As he climbed higher, the air grew colder, and the clouds thickened. A fierce storm rolled in, with howling winds and icy rain. Karan's clothes were soaked, and his hands trembled as he gripped his staff. The path became slippery, and he nearly lost his footing several times. Lightning flashed, and thunder roared, echoing in the vast emptiness around him. Fear gripped his heart. What if I fall? What if I never make it? He thought. He wanted to turn back, but the thought of his dream pushed him forward. Karan found a small cave and took shelter. Inside, he lit a small fire with some dry twigs he had collected. As the storm raged outside, he wrote in his journal, "Fear is a storm. It tries to shake you, but if you stand firm, it will pass." By morning, the storm had subsided. The sky was clear, and the peak of the mountain was visible for the first time. Encouraged, Karan resumed his climb. The summit, the truth of the mountain. After days of struggle, Karan finally reached the summit. The view was breathtaking. He could see endless landscapes stretching far beyond the horizon. But instead of finding riches or magical rewards, he found a simple stone slab. Inscribed on it were the words, "The journey is the reward." At first, Karan felt disappointed. Is this all? He thought. But as he sat on the peak, reflecting on his journey, he realized the truth. The mountain had taught him resilience, courage, and the value of perseverance. He was no longer the same boy who had left the village. He was stronger, wiser, and ready to face any challenge life threw at him. He descended the mountain with a renewed sense of purpose. When he returned to the village, the people were amazed by his transformation. He shared his story, inspiring others to chase their dreams and face their fears. Moral of the story. Life's greatest rewards are not found in the destination but in the journey. The challenges we face and overcome shape us into stronger and better versions of ourselves. Like Karan, we all have a mountain to climb, and it's through the climb that we discover our true potential.